All right, y'all, before we start, because some of y'all be tripping, under the advice of counsel, I got to add that the views, thoughts, opinions that are expressed on this podcast are mine and mine alone. They do not represent my employer. All right, let's go.
Because I was like, damn, do we really want to get into this discussion? Because if we get into this discussion right here, y'all.
All right, y'all, what's up? We are back with another episode of Ridgemont4'sFinest Finest, the podcast, and we are still here with the favorite teacher crew of the bunch. We got Queen Charlotte, Mr. Mysterious, the professor, and Virgo Cutie with the booty with these badass Nike tights on. My God. Anyway, so we are going to go ahead and continue episode 1, but this time we're going to do a little black-ass teacher back-to-school professional development. Let's talk PD real quick, y'all. Y'all know we had a requirement this summer. How many beneficial PDs did y'all go to this summer?
I didn't attend any of them.
You don't ever follow the damn rules.
Nope.
I went to all of them.
You went to all of yours?
They were so beneficial.
Why you lying on this
I'm
Sunday?
Lying. I'm lying. They were.
You, Mr. Mysterious, how many beneficial PDs did you go to this summer?
Well, of course, shouts out to all the mysterious fans.
Oh,
out
my
there.
God.
No, but honestly, 16 years in the game, I went to that champ stuff. I heard about 20% what I could do.
We're going to talk about that.
But in my district, we had some coaches who have been in the game forever, and listen to what they saying. It was really good.
I heard the coaches had phenomenal PDs.
The coaches stuff was really good. Because,
Okay, yeah, that was.
like the guys and the females we had, that was really good because I'm like this. We all have our own mode, operation, MOP, whatever we do. And sometimes you gotta say, you know what? I gotta do that. I gotta listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're getting older. The kids are getting different things that we had different. So we all have had parenting, raising, coaching.
And it makes a big difference when you talk about PDs because I don't want to sit here and listen to you talk about unrealistic situations.
We don't want to talk to nobody that has not.
Can I come?
What?
Go to the
What
conference.
does that mean?
Yeah. So it really was me trying to search and find for PD for me to go to. Like, I feel like I'm tapped out and nobody is offering anything to stimulate my mind, which it does take some work to do. And
Because you're a genius.
And so
What's 2 + 2? So
No, she's goddamn fucking genius.
And so what I was going to say was, so I was looking for the conference and I pulled up on this one and it said that they were taking proposals and I put together one in 5 minutes and laying in the bed and I was like, I'm just see. And then they emailed me back and said my proposal was accepted.
So proud of you. Can you talk? Are you able to talk a little bit about what your proposal was or what your topics you're going to cover?
The topic that I'm going to be talking about is it's called the Bill of Rights, Understanding and Teaching Government, and it's going to be centered around language barriers, meaning that most governmental documents and information is written in a bunch of legal jargon that, you know, the average middle schooler won't understand, maybe even a high schooler. So I'm going to talk to them about breaking language barriers using music and movies and cultural-based media. Because that will break the barrier between different cultures and how they could connect to each other, especially music and TikTok.
Love it.
And so I find that when you find a way to communicate the common language of kids and then translate that into legal jargon, then they understand and learn better. And the classroom becomes more exciting when you can show them how it matters to them in real life. So
I talk about you often on my TikTok, and when you were here before, and we were talking about, I think it was the Curriculum Karen episode that you were here on, and we talked about one of the best lessons, and you and I collaborate often, but one of the best lessons that I've ever witnessed as a student and as an educator was you teaching the Bill of Rights using the Young Thug Rico case and some other things that you were doing. I have never seen the kids that we never would have expected to be engaged be so engaged with your lesson and to be able to come back and regurgitate that information in an ELA class because they learned, and they learned it in their language, but they understood it. And I love that so much.
I think that's
and
why it matters.
It does matter. And that is why I was like gun-ho that my child had to be in your class this year, because I just knew that it was some magic going on in that class. And I tell you this all the time, I'm so blessed and grateful to be teaching next door to you, because you are amazing. So I love that.
I like to kick you.
You do pick on her a lot, but we're not gonna pick on her because
she's my friend.
We know.
I don't take it personal.
We know she's a genius, and
yes, she is.
I love what you're doing. And so when we talk, and we've had these conversations before about professional development and how every time we are required to do so many hours during our free time in the summer, we're not getting paid. I know some districts say they get paid for their professional developments. I'm always in awe when teachers comment on my TikTok and they say, professional development for free. I'm like, yeah, we got to get up in our bed out the middle of the summer, middle of one random day in June and July, where we have to go sit and listen to the same thing that we've been listening to for the past 2 or 3 years. The same professional development, the same thing with the same people putting it on.
Out of perspective people.
Right. And it used to be that they would hire contractors to come in and pay them these big, tens of thousands of dollars worth of contracts just to come sit and talk at us and read PDFs off the screen for 8 hours a day with a 1 hour lunch break. But now it's gotten to the point where they're hiring, or they're just making the curriculum people in the district do the professional developments. And so because they don't want to reinvent the wheel, we're listening to the same damn thing every year. It's so boring, dry. And it's the same exact thing that they tell us not to do with the kids when they come in and they're doing those walkthroughs.
Preach.
But it's what they're doing for us. We're sitting the whole entire time. It's sit and get. It's reading a slide to us verbatim. It's no engagement. It's no, it's nothing. It's terrible. So I was so excited when you told me that you were going to be doing this PD, and it put an idea. I know I am too, but it put an idea in my mind. Like, man, we need to conduct, we need some black ass teacher PDs, because a lot of the shit that we sat through this summer, guys, probably could have been wrapped up in 30 minutes and not an email, and not hours. Definitely an email. So a lot of things. So let's give the audience today like a quick little black ass PD that we can wrap up in about 45 minutes. Y'all down?
Yeah, let's do it. What are we talking about?
All right, let's go. So let's go with first day of school. Let's talk like we talking to first year teachers or newbies, second, third year teachers, and let's talk first thing about setting the tone. So teachers got this thing, they talk about. Especially if you teach middle school and high school, you don't smile for the first 2-3 weeks. How do we feel about that?
That's a lie.
I disagree.
I disagree wholeheartedly. It's about building relationships. So I can't smile. I mean, if I can't smile, how am I going to build a relationship with you? Mm-hmm. So I disagree. I don't agree with being mean. None of that. I have to build a relationship. I need to know who you are. Therefore, you need to know who I am so that you know my expectations. Therefore, I need to build a relationship with you.
You need them to see your personality from day one.
Absolutely.
So they see my personality from day one. I am very sarcastic. I am not in here to baby anybody. I am here to grow you. We are going to respect RESPECT everybody in this classroom. Mm-hmm. I think I snapped on my kids the other day because I had said this at the beginning.
Damn, we 3 weeks in.
I'm keeping it 100. I'm telling you 100. So I told everybody from the get-go, hey, we're not bullying anybody. Mm-hmm. That's just a big thing for me. Do not bully anybody in my room. Mm-hmm. You don't have to throw your weight around in here. Mm-hmm. Everybody know you the athlete. Everybody know you the pretty girl.
I'm the big dog.
I'm the star of the show.
I'm the big dog. But if I ask everybody to read out loud, somebody's going to stumble over something. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you are, because I could tell by you doing these bell ringers in grammar, you don't even know it's supposed to be capitalized. Mm-hmm. So I had a particular group, young man in my class who likes to laugh at people, when they're reading, and that makes the child become,
not want to.
In shell. They're gonna shell up. They're gonna not want to participate anymore. And baby, I let loose so bad that my principal happened to walk by my room and heard it, and kept on walking because she realized what I was saying and doing. And I'm just like, you will never in your lifetime bully, somebody who has a different learning ability than you. And that's why I set the tone from day one. Mm-hmm. So when I did it and I said at the end, I go tell your mama I said it and tell her she can come see me if she wants to.
I went by your classroom. It has to be the second. We went to school first week for 2 days. And then the first full week of school, I came by your classroom to get a damn water.
I think you walked by that day too.
I came to get a bottle of water. I was bumming. And it was a little boy standing outside the door.
I had to let him know he didn't do nothing wrong.
This baby was standing outside the door, and I was knocking on the window like, oh, you must be in trouble. I didn't know. And I'm knocking on the window because I'm here for my water. And she gave me the church finger. Like, hold on, I'm conducting business right now. And I hear her going off. And I'm thinking, I'm listening to her, and I'm looking at the baby she taught, and I'm like, oh, I already know what this was about. So this was a baby that
different learning
ability, different learning style. And I think he, like you said, he did something, read something, and the kids thought it was going to be
because they can't read. And so they think that everything, and my thing is, we're all here to grow. So about, showing your teeth and being, all special, not these 8th grade babies. These children have been here before. They've been here before. They have endured the Harlem Renaissance or something. They've been here before.
But I remember that day because I was like, damn, I just came for water and she in here going off.
I just think that setting the tone is imperative. Not maybe so much the first day because you're going over what the school expectations are. But when I get to my expectations, setting the tone is imperative because we need to be in a safe environment. We need to know who's in charge in this mug. And if you try me, you're going to find out. That's as simple as it gets. If you try me, you will find out.
I'm just saying, I know the majority of the classes have, teachers have their classroom management sucks is because they have relationships. So I can't come in teaching on day number 1, whereas the district would like for me to come in teaching day number 1. I can't do that. I don't even know you.
Right.
Well, I still don't know my kids' names.
One of the things, since this is like Black Ass PD, right?
Absolutely.
One of the things I did last year was intentionally start talking to 7th graders. Because I knew they were going to be in my class next year. I went to 7th grade basketball games. I went to 7th grade volleyball games. I intentionally started to interact with them and engage with them, finding out like personal things about them, talking points. So, and it's only, unless you're in this one set of cohort, it's a 50% chance you're going to be in my class.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you put in the work beforehand, it really is beneficial because most of those students now are like, oh, this is, Miss such and such.
Yeah.
And so now we only got 3 rules for the year. Be respectful. Don't come in here with no gossip. And don't talk about my coworkers. That's it.
Oh,
and we rolling.
Because, baby, they love talking about y'all. And I have to be like, hey,
I don't want to hear that.
Hey,
I don't want to hear that.
Like, we not doing that. We're not doing that. So I love that. And you know what? They say it's like a buzz phrase, right? But it really, if you think about it, it really is some true shit. The building of relationships and rapport.
It's important.
That's so important. And I know we hate to hear it, and it depends on, I feel like, who we're hearing it from. If I'm at a PD where you done paid your homegirl $20,000 to sit in the auditorium and tell me about building relationships, baby, I don't need some of you to teach me about building relationships, especially some of you that don't look like me, teaching me how to build relationships with kids that look just like me.
And you've been out the classroom for over 15 years.
Right. Like, I am the expert in building relationships with kids, especially kids that look like me. But because I am good, and we are all great at what we do, we can build relationships. I could build a relationship with a damn wall.
With the wall.
Like, we're just that good.
I have a baby daddy.
Please, shush.
See?
So... But we are good at what we do. And so when you're already good at what you do, I don't feel like you need to see through those things. I feel like professional development should be targeted and intentional based on what you need.
Yeah.
And if I don't need that, I don't want to sit here for 8 hours and waste district money, taxpayer money, time. I don't want to do that.
Vacation.
My summer vacation, because I'm an expert at these things. And so when you're talking about, we talked a little bit the last segment about the T-test, all right? When we talk about areas that teachers are weak in, I feel like they're doing these things just to check a box, because if you are intentionally, with fidelity, I hate when they say that, but it's true, with fidelity, looking at these evaluations and looking at when teachers set their goals for themselves at the beginning of the year, listening and seeing what teachers are telling you they need to work on for the year. If I tell you, hey, I want to work on better parent communication, then my professional development should be targeted towards what I tell you I need to work on. It's nothing that you're running. And I think because we're all kind of in the same area, we all have to endure the infamous champs training this summer. How y'all feel? Y'all, I made a TikTok about that, y'all.
What's the M stand for? Look, that's how beneficial it was to me.
I don't know. By the time I left, I had learned nothing.
You ducked that, but you were anxious.
And I couldn't sit still. I couldn't be quiet.
Activities that are going on with your classroom. So yes,
But I got a question.
you raised your hand.
Yes, I have a question. What if I don't need that? What if my classroom?
It doesn't
is
matter if you
managing?
need it or not.
I'm
The
fine.
district has paid the people $50-some, $60-some $1,000 to give you them thick ass books that we supposed to do them readings on every week.
I don't even know my book.
And because we supposed to, everybody put their headphones on. Y'all
Yeah, I
ain't done y'all reading this week. The people said, because they spent so much money, because somewhere along the lines, they said that this is what works, okay? Now, mind you, Champs is as old as Black Pepper. Champs is as old as me. We were doing Champs in 2 districts before I got to this district. So why it's all of a sudden the new wave here where we are is insane to me. But each letter, each acronym of the word, each letter stands for something that you're supposed to be doing and tells you or tells your students how they're supposed to be moving through activities. So C stands for conversation, right? What your voice level or your noise level should be. H stands for help, what you should do when you need help. Do you raise your hand? Do you come to my desk? Do you ask 3 before me? A stands for activity, the activity that we're doing, because apparently in every activity that you're doing, a different set of Champs rules should apply. M stands for movement, how you should move. Should you even move while we're doing this activity? Or what movement you're limited to while we're doing this activity? P stands for I don't even know.
I think it's participation.
Participation. Should you raise your hand? Should you just talk out loud? No.
Is it independent? Is it group work?
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go.
Teacher-led.
There you
Can I ask
go.
something?
There you go.
Is it different character strong?
I'm not scared.
We're not there.
That food that changed my shit.
We're not there.
I can't do that.
Nope, not yet. And then the S stands for success. How you
I was
know
gonna say situation.
how you know that your students have met success in or were successful in completing this activity. And it's crazy because they have Champs for the restroom, Champs for the lunchroom, Champs for the hallway, Champs for the classroom. And every teacher, even though we are probably all on the same hallway, the Champs expectations may change from one class to another class.
So I have a question. So what if your school already has something in place that's just like Champs, so you're just supposed to replace whatever they already have?
Because your
Champs,
school just
but we already
paid
have it.
$60,000, $75,000 to the people that own Champs
For you to do the work though.
for you to do the work.
I would like to say that for the regular, I don't think Champs is a bad thing.
No, absolutely.
I just feel like you need to make sure, like we talked
That it's
about
needed.
earlier, that you make it relevant and meaningful for where you are.
Facts.
For you to say during your presentation, well, I don't know how y'all do it here.
That
Well,
means you
you
ain't
should
did
have.
no
You ain't
research.
did no homework. You don't understand how we work.
They want me to do.
Like, and it's like you said earlier. Like you got
Herself, she said, I taught in the 3rd ward. I taught at the high school, Yates High School. That's what she said. I was a behavior teacher at Yates High School. I cried. I couldn't believe it. I called my mom.
There you go.
I
That's
wanted
so
to leave.
sad.
So within 5 minutes of you standing up, introducing yourself to
I done
me,
zoned out.
I'm done. I done checked out. I'm done. Because
Can I-
guess what, baby? You can't relate to me.
Can I tell the
can't
truth?
relate to you.
You don't fuck with us.
And you don't fuck with us. And you here
You don't
because
fuck-
they paid you $25,000.
Right.
And that because you quit your job because you couldn't handle it. Now you gonna try to tell me how to do it.
And honestly, and this is, this y'all know me, I'm a call a spade. You really don't fuck with the demographic that you in here talking to.
Right.
So do I want to hear anything you have to say? I
No.
absolutely don't. And then not only that, on top of that, I'm pissed that my district, who couldn't pay me a bonus, is paying you $25,000+ to come in and tell me that you don't deal with my kids. And the kids, because you said the kids in the 3rd ward, baby, my kids are the same kids. Their parents just got a little bit more change.
And
just
they
a tad
moved
bit.
out the hood.
And they moved out the hood. That's it.
I just teach in a different district.
That's it.
Hey, district. Do this one thing right here.
Right here.
Save your $20,000. Spend $50,000, like half of that,
10.
and get somebody who has a district.
Who's in your district?
That
Who
is
understands,
an
who understands.
Who's invested and who's
Or-
an expert?
Or
has
pay your
mastered.
teachers $1,000 to come in here and run these PEDs, and you can get more teacher participation because we're all in here running.
There you go, Professor.
Yeah.
Look at Professor with
That's
those.
not the professor. That's
those-
Queen Charlotte.
With the cheekbones.
Jesus. But, and I'm going to talk to the professor because the professor, I'm sure, has been in this situation before. Certain districts when they were allowing teachers to run professional development, we're only giving them a maximum of, I want to say, $250.
I did work in a certain place where they allowed us to run PDs, and they paid us good money.
That's great.
And they even paid us to go to other professional developments that they wanted us to go to, but they paid me to be there.
It's not happening now.
And I really also feel like I agree with Queen Charlotte, but get your teachers to run professional development in areas that they have mastery in. No, don't just get them to participate. Talk about what you're good at to the masses, and then we can get somewhere.
So now let's go back to our professional development. Let's give the teachers some rules and things like that could probably be beneficial to them. That don't mean that they have to sit in somebody's cafeteria on a hard ass chair for 8 hours. Let's talk class rules. I made a TikTok the other day, and I said that, you know what has allowed me to sustain my 20 plus years in education without losing my goddamn mind has been that I have chosen certain hills that I am not going to die on. There are certain battles that I am not going to fight. Lovely. And I think that it helps my sanity. And like OKC's Finest is saying, it's above my pay grade. And I tell teachers all the time, teachers, work at your pay grade. It's great for you to go in your classroom and close your door and be everything you need to be to your babies in your classroom. But am I going to bend and break my neck and stress myself out and raise my blood pressure up to a system that does not give a damn about me? I am not. And I joked, but I wasn't really joking. If I stroke out from trying to meet all of the expectations that a school district has of me,
tell them what's going to happen.
They're going to replace me. It's going to be a sub in my classroom the next day. They're not going to contact my family or my children and ask my children, have they had dinner? Do they need anything? If I have not paid my over the hoodie rule. Now, of course, when the expectation is for the school, when you go out in the school, do what the people tell you how to do. I'm not responsible for that. But am I going to stop my lesson and belittle and admonish a kid for putting a hoodie on their head while they're working? Hell no, I'm not going to do it.
It's not raining in the building. Why do we have our hood on?
You say that, and then in my mind, I say maybe their hair is not done. Maybe they feel insecure. And the kid doesn't have a place for that because, baby, y'all know I'm good for it, baby. If my braid lady say my Tuesday appointment at 10 o'clock, I'm calling in sick. I'm going to go get my hair done. I don't give a damn about nothing. If my nail dude say Monday morning at 9, I'm calling in for half a day. I'm going to get my nails done. These kids don't have this luxury, but I understand also how important their appearance is to them, especially when it comes to their peers. So if you have a hood on your head because you feel insecure about your hair, if you have a hood on your head because maybe you have anxiety, and like we don't like to acknowledge anxiety with our Black and brown kids.
I mean, because they use that as an excuse.
But
they don't throw it out there.
Some of them do, but some of them are really suffering with it, and because we all feel like they're using it as an excuse, they don't talk to us. So if they have that on because it quiets out the noise or it calms the static, I don't give a damn. If you're up and you're alert and you're engaged and you're writing, I don't give a damn. AirPods when I'm not teaching, I don't give a damn. I'm not gonna die on that hill. Eating a snack. If you have me fourth period, baby, fourth period is 90 minutes long.
I'm eating with you.
You, baby. Who am I to tell you that you can have a snack?
Because I'm hungry.
I joked, but I wasn't joking. On last week, my kid, y'all know I told y'all the email. My kid got detention for drinking a Gatorade Zero in class after athletic period. All right. Now this kid I'm talking about is a high school athlete. He's 11th grade, high school football, had athletics, and then after athletics, he went to another class. He was still finishing his Gatorade from passing period. And the teacher gave him a detention because the rule is you can't drink Gatorade. You can only drink water in class, which we respect the rule. We understand the rule. But sometimes it's like, this is stupid.
That's not this serious.
This is stupid. And then it's the third week of school. So you get into an exchange because he asked you, why is this even a rule? And so what did you write up in the referral? Disrespect, insubordination. Because we up the words, we up the verbiage when we trying to get a Black kid in trouble. So, but again, is this worth? It's only August. Is this worth ruining a relationship all the way until May over a fucking Gatorade Zero? It is not. I'm going to tell you, babe, put that shit up or put that shit on the down. Go outside and finish drinking your Gatorade Zero. I tell my kids that all the time. Go outside and finish drinking that and then come on back in. Because it's not that deep for me. So anyway, as I'm going on my spiel, because now I'm getting pissed off at that teacher all over again, what are some rules that y'all just do not bend on, or some hills that you feel like new teachers should not die on?
that you shutting down is the food.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't control when somebody else hungry or thirsty. Food and drinks, no. I'm not dying on that hill.
Mm-hmm.
Eat, baby. And then sometimes, depending on where you are, the only time the kid gonna eat anyway is when they get to school and they bum food from their friends.
People don't want to have that conversation, though.
You know, let people eat.
What about you, Queen Charlotte? What's the rule that you bend on?
I definitely bend on using devices in my classroom. I want to create a comfortable work environment.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not teaching, you can listen to music as long as I can't hear it. So that means that you have brought the proper equipment to hear your music, and I don't have to hear because I'm playing my music.
Yes, we are. I laughed because the other day I was letting my kids, they were working on an independent assignment, and the baby accidentally knocked his headphones out of his thing.
Oh, Lord.
And all of a sudden I heard some choking the choke. And I said, whoa, who choking who? And it was a little boy that we call, well, I can't say his name, but anyway, somebody that
You
don't
wouldn't
look like us.
expect
I wouldn't expect that. And I said, hey. Who's choking who over there? I'm making a joke of it, right? Because I know he was embarrassed. And he says, oh, I'm sorry, I'm listening to Kanye West. And then I said, oh, this was the same baby that when I gave them the grade for decorating their notebooks, both of his notebooks were decorated in nothing but Kanye West lyrics, Kanye West. And I said, all right, hey, put your headphones back in, baby. It's good. We're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, I just believe in creating a comfortable work environment because one, I tell my kids this all the time. I give you 2 days on every assignment. I don't care what assignment it is. If I'm teaching for Monday and Tuesday, we're working these assignments out together as a class. So don't waste my time. So if I'm giving you class time, don't waste my time because I'm graded as if I gave you 2 days to work with me in class. So therefore, I expect that type of level of work. But I want you to be comfortable enough to learn and work. So if music is your thing, music is your thing. Now, I do not tolerate entitlement in my class.
Ooh.
That is something I will not bend on. You will clean up your area. You will respect everybody in this room. I don't care what you're going through, who you don't.
Wait, we're going to get to the bend on rule. So pause.
My bad. That's it. Thank you.
But I do like that you have a very comfortable working environment. You have the whole flexible seating thing going on.
Yeah.
You do allow your kids.
Unless you prove me wrong.
Right. It's all experimental
Yeah.
at the first. But I like that you have bean bags and comfortable carpets and things like that you allow your kids. I like that. Cutie with the booty in these damn Nike tights. What's a rule that you just like? I ain't really stressing that. What's
tardies.
Oh.
And when it comes to tardies, it's more about if you got to go use the restroom, go use the restroom. Because once I start teaching, I'm not trying to hear you need to go use the restroom. So then I have to catch you up on your return. No, go use the restroom. I'd rather you be late, come in and say, Miss Bryan, I used the restroom. Go ahead. So if you need to use the restroom, by all means, use the restroom. I don't care about that. Go to the restroom. Just let me know that's what you was doing. Now, when you start abusing that privilege, now when you go on for 15, 20 minutes, well, you absent at this point. I don't care. Don't ask me.
I like that because if you come to drop your bags off and you go into the restroom, tardy bell rings, you get that 30-second, 45-second grace period because now you've had 2 minutes to use the restroom. Surely you could come in here and get started.
Right.
But, we have rules in place about when you can leave and when you can't leave during a period. So again, I wouldn't want nobody to mistreat my kid if she had an emergency.
Is that a Texas thing? 10-10? I think it's a Texas thing.
I don't know if it is or isn't.
10-10, yeah. The 10-10, 10 minutes after the bell has rang and then 10 minutes before the bell is going to ring. I think that's the rule.
I agree with that whole thing. But like you said, take advantage of it. If you take advantage of it,
don't abuse it.
Don't abuse me.
Yeah.
Don't abuse me. Don't take advantage of my kindness. I agree.
Go ahead.
What about you, Professor? You got a rule that you just? Oh, you said eating. You did say that.
Yeah, mine was eating. But,
okay.
I don't like letting kids go to the restroom. I don't.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna get to that on the rules that we don't bend on.
Oh, we're not.
We're gonna get to the rules we don't bend on. And I think I'm gonna do one more last one, a rule that I'm kind of riding with OKC's Finest. I don't really trip on tardies. Like you said, first of all, I hate teachers that see the kid running down the hallway or walking with fidelity and purpose, trying to get to your classroom and they shut the door in their face. Mm-hmm. That is and it just creates so much more conflict than it needs to be, because now the kid is going to question, why would you do that? Then you're going to write the kid up for disrespect and talking back and blah, 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 blah. When you saw this kid coming to your door, like you didn't have to do that. And then also, like you said, if you come to, we got, I know at my school, I'm going to say we got about 1,600 middle schoolers in my school, all right? They have 3 minutes passing period. We're talking about this huge ass school. And if I'm going to just say athletics or PE first period, I'm going to point at you, Mr. Mysterious. If I have athletics or PE first period, and these kids are trying to hurry up and get dressed out the locker room, come to you, running, and the tardy bell rings, and they're sweaty, and they're 30 seconds. Like, what the hell do I look like? Closing the door in their face and saying, no, go to the office and get a tardy pass with the other 200-300 kids that's waiting in line to get a tardy pass. So now you done missed the warm-up, you done missed the checking of the warm-up, and you done missed my intro to the lesson because I'm being a bitch. And it's not that deep.
And
like, come in
wondering why they got an attitude.
They got an attitude.
Right.
They hate you. Like, it's not that deep. And so I think that's one of the things that I'm like, and I get in trouble from my principal about that because the expectation is this and that. But I don't give a damn about the expectation when it comes to ruining a relationship with my kids. I'm just not with it. I don't like it. Okay, so now let's go to the class rules that you don't bend on. Like, what are standards, expectations that you will not bend on at all?
I don't really verbally have like a specific rule about it, but I don't like that whole in and out the room like clockwork. When students start asking, can I go to the restroom back to back to back to back to back, and my classroom door has now turned into a revolving door. Because I love what I do, and I want students to actually learn when they're in my space. And I can't even focus if somebody coming in and out the door every 3 minutes. And if we had a 10-10 rule, right? If it's 45 minutes, 45 minus 20 leave 25 minutes. When that 25 minutes is there, I'm in the meat of my go. Now Ronnie needs to go. Now Bobby needs to go. Then Harry needs to go. Then Paula needs to go. Then Wayne needs to go. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where I have to let them know, look, I will let you go to the restroom, but we not fit to turn this into a revolving door.
I can respect that. What are some rules that you do not bend on? Or a rule that, you don't bend on the hoodie rule.
It's me and the hoodies.
It's me.
I know it's me.
Hi. I'm
me.
the problem. It's me.
I don't do the hoodie. Like, it's not raining in here. Why do you have a hood on? It's hot. It's Hades in this room. Why do we have a hood on? Relax yourself. You're going to be sweating in a minute. We all about to be stinky. Let's not do that. I don't bend on the hood. Take the hood off.
Okay.
I tried last year because you said.
I was bullying you.
You said that it's their comfort zone. It's their zen. That's their space. And I just couldn't feel it. I just couldn't. And I don't bend.
Okay.
No hoods.
A rule you don't bend on. You said.
You know what? It's kind of crazy, but just hear me out on grades.
Because
I'm literally going to, like, okay, so say I give something on a Monday, and I go back and do it later, but if I get something on a Monday because I'm teaching it through, and I say, okay, now that we got through this lesson, I'm going to give y'all like the last 15 minutes of class, and we're going to work through it together. If you have any questions, ask me. It's probably still not due until Wednesday, but I'm going to give you a day to work with me to ensure your success. And I may not grade it until Friday, but when I grade it, I expect it to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it just bothers my soul that y'all make it, that children make excuse after I know that I've sat here, postponed, a teak probably because I want to ensure that everybody's gotten this teak. And it just bothers me when we don't take advantage of it. Like, you always will tell me, girl, why are you giving them so much time to do that? Because I really and truly want them to know these teaks. And it's just like, it bothers me. But as far as the rule that's a no-go for me is entitlement. It's a no-go. It's an absolute no-go.
Okay. All right.
Absolute no-go.
I think one of my no-goes, and we're going to get into the conversation about boundaries, is actually my little next thing on my little bullet list to talk about is boundaries, man. I am a stickler for setting boundaries and adhering to policy, especially when it comes to parents. And again, I think that's another one of those rules those things that has allowed me to sustain in this industry as long as I have, because I am a stickler about.
That time that one got mad because you wouldn't talk to her at 8:00 at night.
Yeah. But here we go. That's why. So if I had to give a rule for new teachers or for teachers that are new to this, do not give these parents your time. You need to learn how to work contract hours and contract hours only. And I know there are so many people that will say, well, no, because if a parent emails me at 5:30, I'm going to answer back. I'm going to say, baby, y'all know, because y'all have to do it for me. There is no district email on my phone. There is no district communication on my personal phone.
This is true.
It's not. So if the principal or somebody emails us something at 8:00, that's a to-do, I would not know it until I got to work at 8:00 the next morning, or unless one of my teacher besties put it in the group chat, because I am a stickler for respecting boundaries. I don't contact my principal outside of business hours. Well, I kind of do sometimes. Let me stop lying, because I be sending her TikToks and shit, because she's just a cool person. But on a professional level, I don't do that. I respect the time that everybody has with their family. And so one of the big rules that I don't bend on, and this is something I talk about at Meet the Teacher, this is something I reiterate at Open House, and this is something I talk about with my kids on the first day back, is that I'm your teacher from 8 to 4, but after that, I'm a mom. You know, I'm a spouse.
I'm a mom doing 8 to 4, and I'll walk out that door in a minute if somebody calls.
I was about to lie and say I'm a spouse. I'm not a spouse. I'm a significant other. I have other things that I have going on. I have a personal life. And so I'm not going to infringe on your personal time. And so I don't want my personal time infringed on. And this is why even with Remind, you know, the little text message notifications that we have set up to go out, Remind is for me to message you. It's not for you to message me back. So under the settings, I cut that shit off where it says allow parents to respond. No, I don't need you to respond to me. This is for me to communicate with you. I don't need you to respond back to me, because parents will think that they can email me back or text me at 9:00 and send a principal the email the next morning when I haven't responded to them after 9:00 p.m. So that's one of the things that I am like gun-ho, I'm a stickler about. And I encourage, as much as new teachers want to be the savior, the saving grace, the super teacher for all their kids, trust me, you will save years off of your career, your sanity, if you put those personal boundaries in place from the jump.
I agree, because a lot of educators run from this field because of the demand of it, but it's because you don't have the boundaries, because there's no way, you know, if I work for corporate America, I'm getting paid corporate America dollars. However, it is still, you know, a cutoff time every day. Or have I finished what you needed me to do? So I agree. Boundaries are necessary in order to sustain in this field. I agree.
I need that. So let's talk parent communication.
Oh man, that's bad. Don't send me emails, parents, and please don't send me emails that are like bullet. I mean, there's so much I can't read it. I get in trouble every year.
You get in trouble every year about that.
I do.
Okay, so it's like a rock and a hard place, right? So we have these parents that like me, I'm guilty of it, right? At the beginning of the school year, every year, I don't care how old my kid is, even though my oldest kid was a senior, I send a real quick, hey, hi, thanks for teaching my child. I appreciate you. Please answer me these few questions and tell me your list of your favorite things, right? Because I
text her back my favorite things.
I jump from the gate letting you know that I am on your side. I want to do everything you need to do. Whatever you need, I'm an extension away, because I teach in the district where my kids go to school at. So if you need anything, if they blink at you the wrong way, I am 4 numbers away. Pick up that phone and call me. But also, what can I do? Do you have an Amazon wish list? Do you have anything? Because I need you to know that I'm on your side from the jump, okay? But what I cannot stand is if it's July, August, or whatever the Meet the Teacher schedule comes out, and so you see that I'm your child teacher on Friday night, and Friday at 7:01, you done send me a 4-page email telling me about every single thing about your kid, telling me about the past, the negative experiences you've had in the past. Baby, first of all, who's finna read all of that? I'm not finna read all of that. I can't. And parents, give us time to learn your kid without your input. Yes. I get it. Yes. Like, you don't need to email me and tell me my kid has an IEP, you need to do da-da-da. Baby, we saw it. It was a checklist we had to have checked out before the school year even started. We've read them. We've printed them. They're in our binder. Don't tell me anything about your kid. Let me study your kid. Let me learn your kid first. And if I have questions, then you can tell me. Now, if there's something that's not in your kid's paperwork because you did not disclose it to the committees or to the counselors, the powers that be, then okay, I understand. But don't send me 20 pages of emails telling me all the negative things about your kid. And I also don't like when we have kids that parents whose children we've had before, and then we have them now. The first thing they say, well, I just need you to know he ain't like such baby. Baby, don't tell me that. Let me do that research myself. That's kind of one of the things about parent communication.
I think
what are your
big thing? Excuse me. One of the big things for me.
That's not the COVID that's going around with the kids right now.
No, she had some meat caught in her throat.
She had some chicken wings caught in her throat.
Chicken wings.
Not meat. Chicken
Be
wings.
specific.
Be Pacific.
But what I was gonna say is I don't like when I call a parent to try to tell them what's going on and they get defensive. Do you think I want to talk to you that bad? Like, I don't mind having a good relationship with parents, but if I'm calling you and telling you Lil Johnny is doing X, Y, and Z,
Believe that's what Lil Johnny is doing.
Lil Johnny doing it.
Because for me to call is
It's the
doing
issue.
it. Right. Just know
And
I'm at my
then
point.
I'm at my breaking point by the time I call you, because I often try to work something out with the student so we can maintain a positive relationship. Because when I call your house, it's gonna be something, because I'm talking about it all.
You telling it all. You going all
Because
back to the first day.
I don't even like to have those conversations. I'm not a big
Y'all be calling parents?
Oh, when it gets to the point where you don't want to listen to what I'm saying? Of course. If I can't do my job, guess what your parents can't do?
They
They job. I got to call them on theirs.
I'm calling right now.
I think a lot of parents reach out to me more so because when I put those grades in,
Ooh, I call it, we shock the skyward.
Yeah.
You know, people like shock the gram.
Yeah.
When I shock that
I
skyward.
dropped them bombs.
I put them grades in, and then I don't like when they come to you as if it's your fault. That bothers me. That bothers me. When you come to me as if it's my fault, then I got a problem, because I just at this point now I am pissed off. Like,
So you know, one of the things that people say on all the time, these are conversations that I hear, is that some parents, especially when they have more than one kid in the district, they feel like it's too much communication, and then they just shut down all the way because it's too much communication. And as a person that has had at one point 3 kids at the same time in the same school district, if I'm getting 3 damn notifications about the book barn, if I'm getting 3 notifications about the book fair that's going on, if I'm getting 3 notifications about the COVID policy, I'm gonna lose my mind, and I'm gonna go to my phone, I'm gonna go to settings, and I'm gonna hit the mute button because I'm overwhelmed.
I set my things that work for me. So when it comes to Skyward, it's on my phone. So when I log into mine to take my attendance of my kids in my classroom, I can see my child's grade.
So you're another parent that works in the district that your child attends school
Correct.
in, right? So I think, again, it goes back to what we were saying earlier about the lack of excuses that we're giving parents, or not giving. It's okay, yes, you may be getting overly communicated with, but what's the downside of that? We have parents that say all the platforms, and it's like, oh my God, it's overwhelming. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. So it's like, goddamn,
Exactly.
like what y'all want us to do?
That's where I'm to the point of, well, it's a win-lose situation. However, what are
It's a
you
lose-lose.
doing? True. It's a lose-lose situation. However, what are you doing on your aspect of it? Because
On your end
as a parent, I have an alert to get a daily report, and then if I log in to do attendance on my phone for my particular class, I can see a grades immediately.
And I tell parents all the time, it's something I tell parents that meet the teacher in open house, because I don't understand why there's both of them, but there are both of them, but here we are.
Only on our level, FYI, because I tried to ask when open house will be for high school. It's not. It's a showcase where you don't even get to meet their teachers. It is literally a showcase.
Oh, so we doing the most for no reason. So
It's only on our level.
But what something I explained to them, the information is there if you want it. If you want it, everybody has it. So if you communicate through Remind, but I communicate through Google Classroom, and you communicate through email, as a parent, your responsibility is to be tuned in to whatever, because that's your responsibility to make sure that your child is as successful as you need them to be. And like with certain things, I tell the parents, log in as your kid. The parents love saying, well, I didn't see this and I didn't see that. Or I asked my kid and my kid said, no, baby, your kid is a liar. Let's not even go there. So to prevent all of that from happening from jump, ask your kid
to log in
what their credentials are. Log in as your kid on your device. So everything that the teacher posts, you'll see in real time as though it were your kid seeing it. So at night when you come home, those that are able to, I have to put that disclaimer out, those that are able to, and you ask your kid what's for homework or what homework do they have, and they say, we ain't got no homework. Baby, you already know the vocabulary 1 through 6 is due. Let me see vocabulary 1 through 6, because you already be able to call your kid out on their bullshit. But that's another topic, because people don't want to be calling their kids out on their bullshit. But anyway, let's go to
that bill should come to light.
Let's go to Meet the Teacher open house. So we talked a little bit about, we got both. We got Meet the Teacher, which is when your kids schedules the week before, they come out on a Friday.
Days before,
School start on Monday, Tuesday, but you'll know Friday who your kid's teacher is on their schedules. And then you're able to come to the school that following day. So you have that whole entire weekend to research us. You know what I'm saying?
Got a whole government issue.
Get on your girl. Get on your Facebook mom groups and talk shit about
Question, who is this?
Who is
that?
Well, my kid had her in 95, and this is what she used to do in 95.
And guess what? Still do.
And so we have all of those things going on. And so they come in, and this is where they research us, because then after Meet the Teacher, they go back into their Facebook groups and they say, oh, this the teacher with the long hair. This the teacher with the long nails. This teacher talk too fast. This teacher got a fat ass. This teacher this teacher that. You ain't said nothing about what this teacher could possibly do to benefit your kid.
Or her test scores.
Or the test scores from the year before. You focus on.
And the year before that. And the year before that.
Focused on stupid shit that doesn't have anything to do with the benefits of your kid. But then we turn back around, and we changed it this year, thank God. But normally it's like 2 weeks later, we turn right back around and have open house. And it's like, well, I just met you, baby. I ain't even got no grades in the damn grade book yet.
I don't even know your child's name.
I don't even know. I'm still learning.
I still got table tents on the desk. That's a requirement.
Because I need that for at least a good 6 weeks. Because
everybody's a sweetheart in my class. Hey, sweetheart.
You love Bug and Honey Bun, because I got like 20 Jadens and 30 Chases.
And
I teach them all.
You
If they
got
all have
all.
the same name, they're all in my class.
We can't say the name, but everyone that it's like 20 of, you got them.
I do.
Praise God. Amen. This year I don't, but you got them. But let's go to, like, okay, we talked about parent boundaries and student boundaries. What are some of y'all's admin boundaries? Y'all got pushy admin?
Not just busybodies. Busybody.
Busybody admin?
Busybody admins who are just, well, I want to know if you got, yeah, I got it. You sent it 3 times. You know? Did I do it? Is the question you should be asking, because I can go ahead and tell you no. I didn't do it.
FYI, Queen Charlotte don't do shit. Queen Charlotte don't do lesson plans. She don't do the weekly required readings.
And yet
that
we're still thriving. And we're still thriving.
She don't come to work on time.
That's a lie.
Oh,
don't
no.
do duty.
Wait, this year, she don't come to duty. She comes to
a
work
lie.
on time this year because she got a high schooler and she ain't got no other choice but to come to work on time.
I ain't got no choice.
But she don't do duty. She don't do shit.
I am on duty, just not where you want me to be.
She don't do shit.
Well, you don't want me.
But here we are. Here we are. So what are some admin boundaries you have, Professor? Can you think of any?
No, because
You do
they
what you're
don't
supposed
bother
to do.
me.
They don't bother you. Because you're a genius. You in that room spreading light and love. And you making them keep their job, so they don't bother you.
they don't bother me as in like that, but then they don't get to me either, as in bother. So it's like, okay.
See, she got the same mentality. Okay.
I mean,
it's like a lot of times I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do just because, you know, I want to keep it copacetic. I don't want to give you a reason to come over here and ask me, have I done X, Y, and Z? So in most cases, I'm gonna try to do it. If I didn't do it, I probably just forgot. Honestly. So
if I didn't do it, I'm not.
How do y'all feel? Because I know this year as a whole in the different areas, I think we've all kind of talked about it in group chats. We're all required this year in some way, shape, or form to do some outside homework this year.
And not.
How do y'all feel about that?
And not.
Look at this one. She like, wait, we are, girl. Yeah, you 3 weeks behind. We got assignments every week. We got weekly reading.
Okay, cutie with the big booty and the Nike tights. You need to start doing your work. Stop asking those.
How do y'all feel about that? And you know what? Now, I'm gonna get a little messy for a second because this is a debate that happens on social media all the time with parents talking about homework, right? Like how teachers are always talking about we don't want to work after hours, but then we require homework of kids to make them work after hours.
And that's why I'm telling you, I get upset about grades because I give kids 2 days to work with me. You shouldn't have no homework. I tell my kids immediately, listen, you work 8 hours a day. I don't believe that anybody should have to go home and work 8 hours after that. That's just me personally, especially when I'm right here helping you. I'm here to help you. That's my job.
But you know what we got a lot of this year, and I think this is something that's keeping me mindful of that too. I don't like doing homework. First of all, I don't want to grade that shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So it's like, hey, do it in class. If you didn't do it in class, I'm gonna give y'all about 15, 20 minutes the next day. Let's wrap this shit up because I don't believe in that. And I'm a parent who has kids in school that participate in outside activities. And so most nights we don't get home till after 9 o'clock at night.
Truth.
And so my babies, my kids, the kids that I personally gave birth. Baby, we got a birthday coming in next podcast. We on their time. Happy birthday. Whoop, whoop. But the kids I personally gave birth to, baby, I know they're tired. All they want to do is eat and shower and go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I think of that all the time. And I know right now where we are in the area of the city that we're in, baby, we got some professional soccer players.
Yeah.
We got some, and I'm saying for the audience, we not joking. We're talking about professional soccer players that play for the Houston Dynamo Junior League. They going to Spain. They going to France. They gone.
Oh, we have children who leave during the last period of the day for their professional.
For their gymnastics.
For whatever athletic thing they're a part of.
Yeah. So they're gone. And so I think about those kids and what do I look like after we worked an hour in class on this reading and telling you to go home and read 20 pages of something.
No, I would never.
I can't do that. And so I think it's important. That's kind of one of those boundaries I don't set either. Because, baby, I know when 4 o'clock, it's really supposed to be 4:30 contract time. Baby, 4 o'clock, I log out. I'm done. Don't email me. I will not contact you again until the next morning.
This is not me. However, doing for volleyball, we're there till like 10 o'clock at night. And this one parent was literally sitting there on the computer one night. I was like, girl, you working late? She said, no, I'm helping my daughter out with her homework so she has minimum to do when we get home.
No.
Oh, wow.
I said, what?
Wow.
I'm not lying. She had one daughter homework on this side because it was like a worksheet. She was able to finish that. Then the other one she was logged onto online. I said, this is a lot. She said, I know. She said, this is, and I said, this is on top of what they did in class. She said, this is, because their thing was very itemized. Mm-hmm. This is what we went over in class. These were the notes we took in class. If you didn't finish your notes, make sure you finish your work. Then here's the assignment that goes with the notes, which is like, I lectured you in class. I have homework afterwards, right? And she literally was doing her daughter's homework to minimize her being able, for her to be able to go to bed before midnight.
Hello.
Because, we get through at 10. So for her to be able to go to bed at midnight.
Well,
I know.
I'm not doing it.
We had this conversation the other day because our kids have literally probably the schedules of our kids are the same. And I emailed you or called you Sunday night at like 9. I was like, bitch, did you see such they got to do in this class?
It's too much homework.
It's too much. And I looked at it and I said, oh, no, we ain't gonna be able to do it because my kid has been up finishing work they didn't do in class. Are you one of the problem? No, you wasn't the problem this time. It was somebody else. It wasn't you. You look like, oh, shit. But in my mind, as a teacher, I'm like, wait a minute, this is too much work they're giving these kids. And y'all know one of my 3rd or 4th jobs and to be able to fund this podcast, i.e. we're looking for sponsors and hint. But one of the third...
And single men out there.
And single men. But one of the jobs that I do in order to fund my life, my kids, everything is tutor, right? And I tutor kids that... I have a family that's in private school. And so when the kid or one of the kids emails me and says, hey, we got such to do this week, and he sends me this, or I log into his account, or I log in as his parents, I'm like, ain't no way in hell this is homework. There's no way in hell this is homework, and it's due the next day. Mm-hmm. There's absolutely no way. And so I'm like, damn, how much is too much? Like, we're doing the most, and we're doing the most for no reason at all. It's unfortunate.
I do agree with all the comments. However, one of the things that I think is important is for kids to have study time. Like, you can't be mad if they're failing tests if we're not leaving them any time to study and teaching them how to study. So if they do have homework, a lot of homework, the best thing that schools can do is go back to where certain subjects or something give homework on certain days. Like
right. I like that idea.
And math and science do Monday and Wednesday.
Oh, I remember that.
We used to have that after COVID.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah,
we went that way after COVID. I like that.
That's what you really need because the reality is kids are busy.
Yeah.
Kids are. And I would just like to say before we, end this session that on the news last week, it said that post-COVID, over 50% of American middle school age students are have been labeled with depression or anxiety. That was on CBS on their Verified.
We're
check.
getting into that actually on.
Isn't that one of the new laws though that comes into play?
September 1st.
September 1st, Texas laws.
One of them laws spoke about that. Like it was. It's so many.
Can y'all look it up? That's interesting.
Because I thought I sent them all to
you. You did send it on to me, but it was
like
so many.
800.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But that's interesting that you guys say that because we're actually getting into. Remember the last season. We ended season 1 talking about the mental health in Black boys in public school, but we're actually going to next week talk about the week after next. I'm sorry, talk about the mental health in girls when it comes, public schools and Black girls
and how much they keep bottled up.
Baby, we're going to get into all of that. But speaking of the mental health for the kids, can we touch a little bit? And lastly, because the We Solemnly Swear podcast is in the building and we are on their time slot, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Sorry.
We on their time slot because we done went over a little bit. But can we talk about the mental health in teachers? Like, what are y'all doing, or what are some things that y'all are doing to practice self-care in order to keep your keep your sanity? What are some things?
Logging off, walking out the building before time, all that.
Before time, baby?
Yes, I'm out.
Before you beat the buses? You don't need what?
I know them by their name. Hello there. Good afternoon. Good to see y'all. They'll be out in a second. They coming out.
Logging out when you're done with work. You done with work and you're focusing on.
I'm done.
Home.
I am a parent. I am learning to set those boundaries. It took me a while to do that
because you're a coach, so it's hard for you to disassociate.
I'm keeping it 100. It took me a very long time to do this, but I have learned it. I'm learning them. Let me just say this, and it feels great. It feels amazing to just say I'm out, figure it out. That's somebody else's job. That like what OKC said. That's above me. I'm giving that signal. This is above me. Be blessed, and y'all take care.
Okay, see what you do, baby. Okay, see works out. I wish I could take a picture. Can I just take a picture of your body and post it on social media? I just need the people to see that baby is fine. So y'all see, you got to stand up because we got to get them Nike tights. But
she's so shy. She is so shy, y'all.
But okay, see, I know you go work out. Working out every day is a must
every
for you.
day. Hey, but what I did learn, I'm just like,
Queen Charlotte.
I stopped taking my laptop home. Like I literally used to take my laptop home and do work.
What's that you about that?
Yes.
And you take it home on the weekend. Baby, I don't take none of that shit home.
I'm learning from you. I left it on my desk.
That's what I'm saying. I leave it there. I literally just walk away.
And my backpack felt light when I came. I was like, man, where's my computer? I was like, it's
that's them burdens. You left them burdens at the door.
I left it there. I don't do that no more.
They say
I stopped
lay
taking
your
home.
burdens.
I just lay it down. I'd leave it on that desk.
Burdens are only handled on contract time, baby. We ain't doing
time.
that. That's something that I abide by. What about you, Professor?
Yeah, I leave work at work. You see, some mornings I walk in with a person.
Nothing. With nothing.
Nothing. Call it a day.
And she walk in 20 minutes after contract time.
No, I'm early.
She got more to do.
You got more to do.
Convinced with someone else. But one of the things I'm also doing this year is setting up a mindfulness station in the back of the room for me and my students. It's gonna have aromatherapy lotions, some little strips. It's gonna be a meal
Be careful
jar,
now, because these kids are allergic to air.
Feed meal jar.
Can you get a snack?
Look, if you
snack?
can't do aromatherapy, don't go back there.
Okay, I feel that.
Can we get a snack?
That's easy.
Then you're not being inclusive, so the board members gonna come after you.
Oh, that's okay. You might like snacks.
I'm gonna come get a snack.
Just giving options to. Oh, and another thing I'm implementing that has been effective is the last 5 minutes of class. We have anything but talk time. So I put on a song that they might like, or as long as it's not hardcore rap or beach sounds or something like that. And they can do anything but talk. So one young man, he was in the space in the back doing some push-ups, not forced by me.
Because that was on the news this year, this weekend. We got to get that together. I had that on the thing to talk about, but we were running over time. That middle school principal that made his kids do push-ups and bear crawls, and the boys had blisters all on their hands.
Oh no,
and now he ain't got no job.
They be playing rock, paper,
degrees in Texas. So while you were making your middle school football players do that is beyond me. But
I would have made him do them in the hallway, but not outside.
Yeah,
not outside. But then you got people talking about, well, these kids just soft. My coach killed me one time and brought me back to life, and I'm still okay.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah,
I am.
You're definitely. You're not. Okay, but that's how they do.
I am.
You're not.
So I think kind of piggybacking off of a lot of what you guys said, teacher self-care for me, y'all know I am the queen of disassociating. I'm a queen of if it ain't on contract time, it ain't. And And I had to put those boundaries in place because of my own kids. My own kids are like, damn, mama, you pay more attention or you care more about your students than you care about us. And I would be at football practice with my iPad on Google Classroom trying to grade stuff, and I'd have missed the damn play, or I'd have missed an important tackle, or I'd have missed a volleyball serve because I'm too ingrained or in focused in what's going on with my students. And so I had to disassociate. So I think that's one of the things for me. I also, lesson plans. We talk about lesson plans. Man, listen, if the shit don't get done on the clock, baby, it don't get done.
Again, did you walk in my room and everybody was safe, healthy, and learning? Leave me alone.
We learning, baby. I don't give a damn what I put on paper. My lesson plans are sticky. Y'all see these sticky notes like right here? This is what my lesson plans look like. But if you want to check a box as my appraiser, I'm gonna find some shit from 2020 and change the date on it and upload it into the system so you can check your box.
And I be going to stealing her.
She steal my shit. So if she steal my shit to upload my link.
I come there, I say, yo, what you said you doing this week?
What we doing? No, you say what we doing this week.
So I can, implement it, put it on the board, something,
Oh, we'll have a group chat with some of the other English teachers in the district, and we be like, hey, everybody working on point of view this week? All right, bet. We working on point of view. Who did they lesson plans? All right, send me your copy. Share your shit with me. And we putting it on there because sharing is caring, because that's what y'all want to do. But I think that's a big thing of self-care with me. Self-care is also, I have now started, since we started doing the 75 soft challenge, walking. So since my daughter has to be at volleyball practice at 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, I have to be at work. I drop her off. I park my car and I just get to walking. So I'll get a good 2 miles in before I come upstairs, take me a little whole bath in the bathroom, and put my work class back on. That's the notification you be getting in the morning on your watch. Baby, I be on my shit. And but man, listen, working out early in the morning gives me so much more clarity. It makes my nerves at peace when it's time to deal with y'all kids. It just does something. And so I think that's the part of and then with the 75 soft challenge, I'm partaking in a little beverage today, but y'all, I have not had liquor in so long. And I think, that's what's contributing to the finest of the finest, because I'm like kind of cutting some of this out. And so it's going to be a good sleep today, but I ain't had that in a long time.
And you've earned that sleep.
I have earned that sleep. That's true. But I think, what are other self-care things I think of? Self-care. Oh, okay, this may be probably more Teachers After Dark, but I noticed that once I stop focusing, don't be looking at me like that. I'm not going to be nasty. My mama will kick my ass. No.
What's about to happen?
What's about to happen here? No. But once I stop focusing so much on work, students, I do have a little bit more time and energy to devote to my emotional support human and home. You know what I'm saying? Yes, my kids, but the significant other or others, whatever your flavor is, that you're able to focus on.
I'm just trying to get the O in others. Anybody else?
But I'm able to focus more on that. And then I'm able to focus more on myself. I know so many of us have other endeavors that we're trying to focus on outside. I'm been getting on you about the things that you need to be working on. I got my girl, the professor, working on her consulting company, and because she's the most amazing Black history teacher ever. And I'm trying to get her, you're welcome, trying to get her to focus more on herself, because guys, and this is for teachers out there also, we pour so much into the school districts, into these other systems, and we're not pouring into ourselves. We create things, and we create these things for our school districts, and then their school districts own them because we've created them for them on their time, on their resources, on their equipment, and they belong to them.
Right.
When in turn, they really could be benefiting us. So we could be creating those things to benefit us. So finding more time to devote to things that's going to make me profit, or things that make me happy, I think that's definitely self-care. We don't have to come back and do a part 2 of this PD, because I feel like I still have so much to talk about. We ain't talk about KDISD and the gender war they got going on in KDISD.
Ooh, that sounds good. Make sure I'm back.
Wait, no. Okay, can we talk about just real quick? Let me ask the producer. Do we have like 5 minutes? Can we talk about that?
Do any of our conversations last 5 minutes?
They never do. Yeah, so. But wait, I don't think everybody is here from the We Solemnly Swear podcast. Are we on y'all time? Can I ask her, birthday girl, are we on y'all time? We good? He just coming to the door? Oh, and he finna come to the talking shit. But real quick, and we should have talked about this the first episode we did, but KDISD, they got this new policy, and then the kids protested and everything. But y'all know how KDISD rock, and we ain't gonna say all of that without saying all that, but y'all know how KDISD rock. But they got this couple of new policies when it comes to sports and gender. you now have to play the sport or play with the group. Here he come. The group that you were assigned to at birth. So no matter what you identify as, you have to play the sport or play with the kids that are the majority of the gender that you were assigned at birth.
I agree with it.
Let's read it.
Okay, let's
real
read it.
Quick. Senate Bill 14 bans gender-affirming care for minors, including medication or surgery. Senate Bill 12 will criminalize performers and businesses that host sexually explicit shows performed in front of the children. And Senate Bill 15 bans transgender college athletes from competing in a sport section that does not align with the sex they were assigned at birth.
I agree with it.
And then we also got, what about the one that says now that the teachers, if a kid comes and confides in you that they wish to be called another name that they were not assigned at birth, if they wish to identify as a gender that they were not assigned at birth, that you have to tell their parents.
You know,
you have to do that. And Senate Bill 2479 requires jails to report any offender believed to have a mental illness or intellectual disability to the magistrate judge. And so that accounts for children as well. And it went into effect September 1st, 2023.
Everything took place September 1st, 2023.
I mean, like 800 things took place.
It was a lot that we had going on in Texas. What's the moral of this story, guys? Vote
and pay attention.
We got to get some people out of office.
Vote and pay attention. But as far as going up against somebody whose testosterone level is extremely high, and you want me to compete with that, it's crazy. I agree with playing with the gender of the whatever, because I mean, you could start your own teams if you needed to. You know?
Okay, we talked about that because we said, like, since volleyball is normally a female dominated sport,
but they also have men teams and men.
So if kids want to, if our young men want to say, hey, I should be able to play volleyball, what is the rule? They have.
There are university teams that give scholarships to boys to play volleyball.
But as far as middle school and high school,
now middle school,
what are the rules?
But high schools, so. A local school out here in Houston, Episcopal, has a boys volleyball team. There are teams available.
So are the schools responsible for saying, hey, we have this opportunity available, or should the kids protest or petition to get the things involved themselves?
They would have to write up I guess you could say they have to petition to do it. Proposal. But think about it this way. There are plenty of middle schools that do not offer baseball and softball, but it's offered in high school.
Facts.
So, it's all about what level you want to present this to these children. However, it is available for you to participate in various schools. You shouldn't have, Robert, who goes by Berta, shouldn't be going against my daughter slamming a ball in her face.
I don't find that fair because my daughter runs track. So what if running track with someone that is of opposite sex, but they are identifying as the same sex as her? That's not fair. They have an advantage.
But I think all this stemmed from, I can't remember what state. It was the young ladies who was swimmers who had to undress in front of a man in a locker room who still had his biological parts, who was standing there watching them get undressed every day. And because he had on a wig, he wasn't going through, he hadn't lost anything, he ain't been through no hormone, nothing.
But because he identifies.
Because I identify as that. I identify as.
Shut up. Because I feel like you're finna give me cancer. Let's pause right there. Gotta stop Queen Charlotte, y'all. Queen Charlotte is the unfiltered one of the bunch for real. And I don't need to be like some other teachers that was on blast in the hot seat this week. So we're gonna pause that right there.
Fine.
Guys, we're gonna definitely come back with a part 2 of professional development that ended up turning into our own personal thoughts. But we want to give shout outs to all of you. Thank you so much for rocking with us for season 2. We appreciate y'all for standing 10 toes down with us. Like, y'all stick around to see what was going on next. So we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us today. We're gonna go ahead and pause right here because, baby, the We Solemnly Swear podcast is in the building, ready to do their thing. We are on their time, and baby, time is important. So we're gonna get off these mics and let them get to it. So we appreciate y'all, and join us next week for another episode of Ridgemont4'sFinest-The Podcast. Thank you again to my teacher Bessie for joining me for season 2's premiere episode. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Love you.
And we will see y'all next week.
Appreciate you for having us.
All right.
All right.
This podcast was made possible by producer extraordinaire D. Francis at the legendary Lab 7 Studios in Mo City, Texas.